I'm one of the owners of Atlas Property Management. We've all had experience with tenants leaving one of our properties. Whether they're leaving because they just want to move across town, or sometimes they're being evicted or need to leave under duress. Whatever the case might be, one of the most frustrating parts of the process is the downtime between the tenants that's leaving and the one that's coming in. I'd like to take a look at some of the differences between what a lot of property management companies do and the way we handle this process. Now, most property management companies are going to start the lease renewal process a few weeks before the lease is scheduled to end. They're going to send a letter out to the tenant. Hey, the lease is about to expire. I just wanted to notify you of this, and I wanted to see if you were going to be staying or leaving. If they say that they're going to be leaving, the management company will then send out another letter or notification talking about the process, what needs to be done by the tenant, and how the move-out process will be handled. It's stuff like where to drop off your keys, when they need to be in, a move-out inspection that will occur, returning the security deposits, and things like that. Once the tenant's out, and a lot of times we're talking about weeks between informing the tenant of the process and actually the tenant moving out, then the management company will go in, they're going to inspect the property. Generally, that'll take 1 to 2 weeks after the move out. Then, after the inspection is done, they're going to go in and complete the necessary repairs. Again, another 1 to 2 weeks of your property being vacant. After the repairs are done, the advertising begins. This, again, another 1 to 2, 3, 4 weeks, and another 1 to 2 weeks to actually get the tenant qualified and moved into the property. As a result, we're talking about 2 months at a minimum of a vacant property eating up your cash flow, eating up your investment. That's over 16% of your annual rental income that's being eaten up because of vacancy. Now, let's take a look at the difference on the way we handle the same situation. Once we get notification that a tenant's leaving, whether we get a termination letter from the tenant or there's an eviction filing because the tenant has not paid, our first step is obviously we're going to send them the same type of letter, letting them know exactly our process. But we also do something else. We start our pre-listing advertising. This includes a number of things. First, we advertise online on 54 different rental websites. It gets the property out there. It gets a lot of people calling in. Next, we're going to post the property on Craigslist on a weekly basis. Then we're going to add the property to our weekly email list. We have an email list of over 2,000 prospective tenants that request to be on our list of up-and-coming properties. The coming soon properties are part of that list. So we also are going to post the property on Atlas's website, advertise in print ads. We're going to employ the expertise of some of our outside referral networks if we're not generating enough traffic and enough interest in the property. And finally, the property is going to be listed on the multiple listing service. The whole point here is to generate a ton of activity regarding your vacant property. As we get calls in and we get interested parties, we're going to be able to screen those people and find qualified individuals that are ready to move into your property as soon as it's available. So now, let's look at the same process. By implementing our pre-marketing strategy, we're able to accomplish something that most other companies can't. We start marketing the property 2 to 4 weeks prior to the move-out. So that generates an awful lot of activity at applicants and, in turn, qualified applicants that are ready to move in to your vacant property when it's ready to go. So now the tenant moves out. We complete a move-out inspection within 48 hours of the tenant turning in their keys. What that means to you is that within 48 hours of the tenant being out of the property, you're going to get a video walkthrough of the inspection. You're going to get an inspection report, a list of recommended repairs, and an estimate for those repairs. All you need to do is approve the repairs, and you know what? Oftentimes, there's no repairs that need to be made. But once they're approved, our construction and turnover repairs, they're going to begin within days of the approval. So You watch the video, you look at the estimate. If some changes need to be made, or you have some requests that you like to do in the property, great. We can get that taken care of for you. But let's say you say, all right, let's get the thing done, let's get it rented. Well, within days, our construction teams will be out there getting the work done, preparing the property for the next tenant. Well, now we've got a new tenant that's ready to move in. There's no more marketing. There's no more running around and trying to find another tenant and advertising it, showing it, and spending weeks and sometimes months trying to find a new tenant. What that means to you is a much lower vacancy rate, a much higher income across the the time of your investment, and the bottom line is it's more money in your pocket. If you have any questions about our pre-leasing process, or you'd like to talk to us about our management services, give us a call today at 866-832-6319. Or you can visit us online at papropertymanagement.com.